Greetings everyone, my name is Atterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of MaGMML1 Remastered. Continuing on from the last episode, I completed 93% of the game, so the only thing left to do is to revisit the Wily Fortress levels, specifically the first one in order to collect the Floppy, complete the arena, and defeat the secret boss. For some reason, Dr. Light does not want to talk with me here, even though I'm mashing the up button. So I guess I'll come back to him later. I decided to equip the custom Galaxy Man costume. Perhaps that's the reason. Just want to talk with the NPCs who are in the attic. Hi Rocco. Reference to Talkhaus. Call forward to Aircon Man. There's a jukebox, so you can play any musical track in the game so far. That's a strange glitch. I didn't expect that to happen. I think it's tied to the fact I'm using a costume. Big hint, there is a secret to the right here. Just like in the original, the first bonus boss is Brightman, the quote-unquote smartest roadmaster in the world. Of course, he used the Sparkman bow. For the first phase, he mainly uses electric-based attacks, as well as attacks from some of the other fan games he's been part of, fan games and ROM hacks. Yep, the Black Knight's boss team. Now in phase 2, so he swaps over his attacks a bit. Now on to phase 3, where he uses the special weapons from square root of -1. I'll definitely be using E-Tanks for this battle. I could pull it off Buster only without E-Tanks, but it'd take longer. At least he telegraphs what attack he's going to do next. Again, dodging some of these attacks for the first time is not easy. Once you get him down to half of his last health bar, he starts smoking. I wish more bosses did something like that. But it's over. We shattered Brightman. That's probably his weakness, but I want to do it fairly. I didn't mean to slide that direction. Let me actually try to see if that's his weakness. No, it isn't his weakness. That's not what I meant to do, but alright. That brings up my completion up to 95%, and we can see that icon up over there. And now Dr. Light wants to talk with us. So now I'm going to re-go through Common Deck and get that extra floppy. Now in order to get that extra floppy, you must have the glass bubble. I might check that wasn't possible. This is your first warning that you need to use the glass bubble here. And this is your second warning. With the previous screen you could always damage boost, but here it's not possible. At least you get full restores. And remember, the glass bubble cracks over time, so you gotta be careful. I see. I thought the jet was a bit higher, but of course it wasn't. Well, I just fell right through the hole. I didn't think I'd fit right through, but apparently the glass bubble doesn't change your hitbox as much as I thought it would. Some of the other players weren't kidding on how if you don't understand how the glass bubble works, you'll die repeatedly in this section. Also, hitting enemies pushes me back a bit. Oh, that was the scary part. Just for some extra insurance, but I probably won't need it. Of course, also inertia is a problem. It has stronger inertia than what you initially expect too, it's heavy. To be fair, at least you get a checkpoint in the middle. So for this pathway, it isn't too bad if you end up dying a few times. Once you get the hang of it, it's very straightforward. Oncoming auto-scrolling section. Getting crushed against the side because of damage boosting. This is the hardest challenge of anything so far, because you need to learn to use this more difficult to use special weapon. And this isn't Sonic, where you're used to inertia. This is Mega Man, where you have infinite acceleration usually for everything. It's done. If you understand how to use the glass bubble and all of its idiosyncrasies and specialties, this isn't too bad, it's a medium difficulty. But if you don't, and you're using it for the first time, hard to very hard. See, for example, you can actually initiate the tall jump immediately by holding down A before it starts up. And of course, getting used to how heavy it is. We'll see about that, Buster. Thankfully, there's an E-tank and M-tank and 2 balls at the end. And there's my floppy. I'm out of here. Using the floppies, I can now play both the old style and new style versions of the Wily Fortress levels. I doubt that'll be added, it's a fan game weapon, and the Mega Man Maker devs haven't even added all the weapons from the canon titles. Once you complete the game, the block over here blocking this ladder downwards is removed, and this is where we face off against all 21 rounds in the arena. It's much less arduous and difficult than the MaGMML 2 arena, and the MaGMML 3 arena in the future. Let's hope it isn't as difficult as Absolute Zero in the first one, or Zero Prime. I tried memorizing most of the weaknesses, let's do this. First off is him. At the start of every one of these arena rounds, we can pick up a large life energy and large weapon energy, already more generous compared to the original. Him is weak to the Solar Blaze. I completed the arena in the original game, but it took over 3,000 attempts. This may take a few attempts to complete. And for those who are watching the Let's Play version of this stream, I'll be editing out most of the failures. Yoko Man is weak to the Gemini Laser. Dagger Man is weak to the magic card. Well, that was easy. Justice Man is weak against the Thunder Wool. A lot of bosses are weak to the Thunder Wool in this arena, so I better conserve it. Wily Archives 1, I don't know what their weaknesses are, but I'd rather just use a Mega Buster against them. And I disagree, Vincent, they aren't really Mary Sue's. Well, okay, I understand why they'd be somewhat Mary Sue's, but they're really just underdeveloped. Very straightforward. For all the Wily Archives boss battles, I don't know their weaknesses. Well, maybe other than 3. Their weakness is I think the Pharaoh Shot. But I need to save it for the Wily Fortress encounter. The Wily Fortress boss, I mean. This is the hardest of all the bosses, I'd say. Cosmic Catcher is the easiest one. It really needed a buff. I was actually going to respond to the complaint that they were edgy, but they're more like Mary Sue's. Wily Archives 3. I think this weakness is either the magic card or the Pharaoh shot. This ended so many of my original arena runs, by the way. However, in this form of the arena, I actually still maintain my upgrades. In the original arena, you actually have to go to the arena with no E-tanks, M-tanks, and with the base Mega Buster. It's the most difficult out of the three, and the hardest boss out of the pack. It's mainly because of that bomb attack. And when he decides to never come back down, because I have access to all these E-tanks and the 1 M-tank, I should be able to do this all in one go. For the MaGMML 2 arena, it made more sense why you had access to the E-tanks because of how sheer long it was. But this is so short, and you get these regular pickups during every intermittent round, that's not necessary. I disagree with him being edgy. He's more like a generic, hot-headed anime protagonist. Really the opposite of edgy to me. We're fighting all the bosses in order, by the way. In order from lowest to highest tier. The grinding machine is weak to the black hole bomb. This arena is not like in MaGMML 2 where all the bosses are randomized in the order you fight them. It doesn't instantly kill him, but it chews right through him. Ronraz is weak to the Thunderwool. Let's see if it still maintains the original glitch. Whoops. Killed him too quickly. No bother. The original glitch is that when one of the Ronrazes was left over there and he paused the game, they could move around so quickly that they'd fly off screen and immediately kill themselves. Next up is Berto. Goodbye, Berto. Glassman is weak to the Gemini laser. He's probably immune to his own weapon. I've heard about a special surprise, like an extra boss. Now onto the Wily Fortress bosses. This is where it gets much tougher. Scuttle Cannon is also weak to the Thunderwool. Funny how so many bosses got weak to the same special weapon. Shanky Master is weak against the top spin. It works super well against them and all of their flunkies, because you can do stuff like that and ignore the hitboxes of those enemies. Shadow Gacha, I don't know what their weakness is, but I'll just use the Mega Buster.
Very well, let's do this. I am the ultimate.
That was easy as well once you get the hang of it. To be fair, most of the bosses in MaGMML 1 are easier than the ones in MaGMML 2 on average. And Buster's right, the only reason why I have MaGMML 1 Remastered is because the original MaGMML 1 was made in a pretty bad engine. Super Berto is weak to the Metal Blade. No other boss is weak to the Metal Blade, so I'll spam it here. I understand Buster about the edginess, but I just get kicked off because so many characters in fiction keep getting labeled as edgy, when in fact they have little to no edgy characteristics, other than the fact they're using a bladed weapon. Air Capsule, also weak to the Thunder Will. Oh, second form is weak to the Metal Blade, that explains a lot. He has long invulnerability frames though, so it's not necessarily the best idea to use it against him repeatedly. Especially as I need to save the Thunder Will for the final boss encounter. Not the final boss, but the Wily Fortress bosses. Scratch that, I made a mistake, sorry. I don't need the Thunder Will for the final bosses, what I really need is the Pharaoh Shot. Question mark. That's different. Maybe this is a special surprise Vincent was referring to? Let's take a look. This arena looks completely different. This is a boss I never encountered before, so it's a new one added. The graphics look like something the Stove guy would make. How do I actually hit it with just the Mega Buster? Okay, I just need to survive for long enough. And it's done. This screwing machine or drilling machine has been destroyed. Wait, the boss isn't over yet, that was fun. That was a nice fake out there. This definitely looks like Spiky Meltdown, by the way. Now I realize the reference. I suppose its weakness is the Thunder Will, or Metal Blade, or anything that can fire upwards. Well, that was fun. When it hit the lava, it started overheating. For a moment there, I thought falling into the lava would instantly kill me. Thanks for the free E-Tank. The original game would never do something like this. Now onto the Wily machine phases. First phase is weak to the Pharaoh shot. Second phase, I believe, is weak to the Metal Blade and also the Pharaoh shot. Might as well just use the Metal Blade, it works against them pretty well. When I say fairly well, I mean I can aim it upwards. Let me try other things as well. This works well when he's stationary, at the very least. The third and final phase is weak to the glass bubble. The new boss is fun. I wonder if you can insta-gift if you stay in that exclamation point area. Like you get crushed against those blocks. Next up is regular old Zero. Or rather, not Zero to me. How's it going? Pretty well, it's pretty fun. I'm almost done with the main campaign. Then I'll be moving on to the boss rush mode and the dungeon mode. It's easier than it looked. I kinda screwed that up a bit by using special weapons more. If I used my Mega Buster, I'd focus more on dodging. But as I said before, I was expecting this arena to be much tougher, like in the original, but so many things have been added to make it easier. The fact that you can use E&M tanks, the fact that my upgrades still stay here, and the fact that the pickups over here are much more generous. Final encounter. Zero Soul. Originally it was Zero Soul as well, but this looks very different. What are all these attacks from? I understand the Z-Saber, but... I remember this attack from the X series. Next phase. Using corrupted energy elements. Seriously, Waltz? Not even deadly weapon blocks. turning into Top Man Mach 3. He probably doesn't have any weaknesses, so that's why I'm using the Mega Buster. And it's over. It took 21 minutes, but this arena's done. Even Zero Soul... As I was saying, even Zero Soul was much easier than his encounter in the original. A lot less crazy, but I say this is a much more balanced and fair fight. And with that, I 100%ed the game and unlocked cheat mode.